Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I have a very interesting layout and reading for you today. So it's called the 7 planet layout. And my students in my teaching tarot class haven't even seen this layout. It corresponds to how I do the Rosicrucian planetary cycles, but it's a little bit different. We're using tarot with it. So we use the moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And I just realized Saturn is showing boobies. That'll change once I put the card on top. All right, so how does this layout work? Well, the moon is emotions and intuition. Mercury is intellect and communication. Venus is romance and partnerships. Soul, SOL and SOUL, the sun, is the central aspect of the person's life at the time of the reading. Conflict, Mars is conflict and aggression, Jupiter, luck and money, and Saturn is work and burden. So I'm going to do this reading. I'm going to lay out 7 cards. So what I've done is I've got the big cards, and then these are the smaller, exact same tarot cards, and I'll put them on top so that we can read them. All right, so let's start with the King. Let's do a planetary reading for the King. Let me show you one, and then you'll get a feel for what we're doing here. So the King, the planetary reading for the King, King Charles. What's going on? The planetary reading, 7 card reading. What's going on? Okay, cards are ready. All right, so now we lay 7 cards out on top of each one. So the moon, Mercury, Venus, the sun, the tower. Isn't that interesting? Some of them are coming out. The Jupiter, and then, oh, geez, the world. Okay, so, and the underlying, this is summertime. This is home. This is having fun. This is celebrations. That's the underlying. All right, so we go to the moon card. And this is emotions and intuition. You know what? The King is in a really good place. He's got 3 of Cups here. He's got great friends and family around him. So his moon card here, emotions and intuition are bang on. He's got a lot of joy in his life right now. So Mercury, intellect and communication. Looks like we have some stalled communications. With the Knight of Pentacles on here. Also, the Knight of Pentacles is Harry. Is he in communication with Harry? Is he in communication with Harry? And interesting, then we go to Venus, romance and partnerships, and we have Mercury on there, the Magician. And so this is telling me that I'm thinking that he's creating a lot of romance in his life right now. I think this partnerships is really interesting to me that Harry is on top of his communication. So they may be manifesting, or I think they may be in a good communication place with this Mercury on top of the Venus. This communication is loving and kind. And look at Harry's looking right at this. So I think they're creating something here. They're definitely creating something, because look at on his central aspect is temperance, is love, is peace, is blending, is negotiation, is looking at things more or less not from a too intellectual point of view. This is looking at what's best for everyone. The Temperance card here, that's everybody's talking, no one's shouting, that kind of thing. And then we look at Mars, conflict and aggression. That's the family card. And I did do that reading about the royal family, and there is some conflict in within the family right now. The 10 of Pentacles, that's the royal family card. That's the legacy card. That's the inheritance card. That's the passing down of things. And that's on Mars. And I'm thinking the intergenerational, there may be some upsetment with him being in communication with Harry. Not that it's like, texting every day back and forth. It's slow and steady, and it's kind, and it's peaceful, and no one's yelling at each other. And they're trying to manifest. If you look at the magician is touching both these cards, they're trying to manifest this kind of agreement. Also, with this conflict and aggression, this is also the inheritance card. So there might be some conflict and aggression with this inheritance that is coming up on his birthday. Now we get to Jupiter, luck and money. Well, Saturn, and I guess I've better cover up that. Saturn is on his luck and money. And Saturn is the taskmaster. And this world card on here is telling me his luck and money, that door is now closed. It's going to be more difficult for him to earn money. And also when you have Saturn on your Jupiter, it doesn't mean that it necessarily stops you from getting money. It means you have to work for it, and you have to budget with it, and you have to be very careful and prudent with it. So you're not investing in wild speculations when you have Saturn on your Jupiter. It doesn't mean you don't get money. It just means you really have to work for it. And there's some karmic aspect to that, in that if you rip somebody else off, you're going to get ripped off, kind of thing. So that's what's happening right there. So I'm wondering if he definitely has to tighten his belt, King Charles. And I did do that reading that he'll have to tighten his belt, or something is coming on that they're going to not have as much money. So the money will be there, but the crazy days are over. Let's just put it that way. Okay, and then on Saturn, work and burdens, we have the devil. And I'm thinking that the devil card here on his burden, on his work and burdens, is he's tied to his job. And it actually feels like it's a little burdensome right now for him. That's not a happy card to get on your Saturn card. I would say that he feels, I just realized he feels that he's tied to his job, that he, no matter what's going on in his life, he has to persevere. And we saw that with him coming out in April after his cancer treatment. And we've also read that Camilla's not too happy with how much he's working. And yet he has almost, I'm getting a workaholic situation here. Is that right? Because this is the addiction. And so maybe he's a bit of a workaholic. Maybe he thinks if he works harder, he'll get a little bit more money. That also could be tied in with that. All right, so that's how that reading works. So now let's move on to William. William. Now, something he's given up some titles and changed them to patronages. He's got new patronages. He's doing a little bit with the duchy money, moving that around, doing some things with that, investing in homes and whatnot. So let's see what's going on with William. Let's do a 7 planetary for William, please. 7 planetary for William. 7 planetary for William. Cards are ready. Oh, Ace of Cups. Strength on his Mercury. The Fool on his Venus. The Two of Swords on his Sun. Justice on the Tower. 8 of Cups on the Wheel of Fortune, and Page of Swords on the World. Underlying Temperance. All right, so his emotions and intuition, he is also in a really good place right now. He's got lots of love in his life. He is just really feeling warm and kind, and it's interesting. Both him and King Charles are having a really good time right now. So I don't know what has lifted in their life that is creating that. Maybe it's Charles' health conditions. Could be Catherine's health conditions, but he has a lot of love in his life right now. Under Mercury, intellect and communication, we have strength. So he's talking like a royal now. He is not that he never has, but he is becoming more and more royal now. And he's thinking ahead of, when I become king. So he's starting to do things with that energy that, when I'm king, this is what I'm doing. So he's starting to look forward to the future of when he's king. And I think we're gonna see him take more and more steps I still say we're going to see a co-regency. I still say that. And I think this is showing me that he's training for that right now, more so than ever, more so than ever. All right, on Venus, romance and partnerships. This is a brand new beginning for them. And especially here with this love cup, I think, and I've read that before, that their romances started to come back into their life after a very stressful time, which is quite normal for couples. And it looks like, and I did that summer reading, and we have the sun here for summer, and it looks like things are really looking up for William in the romance department. If and he's getting along with his training to become king, and things are really looking up for him. Now, the sun, the central aspect right now is he has a major decision to make with the Two of Swords here, and he's refusing to make the decision. He has two choices, and he is not even looking at the choices. He's being actually kind of stubborn about something, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with Harry. I really am wondering if it has something to do with Harry, because his love life looks good, his family life looks good, the love and whatnot is looking really good. So let's look at his Mars, conflict and aggression, and his justice is on there. He wants justice. He wants things to be fair. He wants justice for what he's been put through. And I think, fair enough. Fair enough. And whether that includes, having to put up with Harry or, just I can just see he wants justice. And I think that might have something to do with him training to be the next king as well. He might be already thinking of things that he can do once he becomes king. He might be putting those in place already. For example, whispering in Parliament's ear about taking titles away and whatnot. He wants justice. He's out for justice. He's out for what's fair. Now, on his Jupiter, luck and money, this is interesting. We have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is actually the true meaning of Eight of Cups is something is missing, and so you go searching for what's missing in your life. And I'm thinking that there's what's missing because we're on luck and money here. He may feel that not that he's missing luck or money, but he may be thinking, is this all there is? And it also is mirroring this magician and strength card. And I think this is where we see him trying to plan for the future. So what's missing? Well, you know what? Homes for the homeless, or housing for low income earners. So I think he's off on I don't want to say a tangent. I think he's off on a journey to how to fix this. So I think that's what he's doing here. I think he's looking to see how can he change the monarchy, to be more in tune with what's going on in the world. All right. And then speaking of the world card, the Saturn card, work and burdens. Page of Swords here. And what's the biggest burden for William? The trolls, social media, handling all of that. That's actually a big burden to him. I think with this Ace of Cups here and this Sun here, we might see a new type of PR push for the royal family. And it might, God bless them. They're just really naive of what's going on in the world. And they And I wonder if they're surrounded by sycophants who tell them, "Oh no, you're doing fine. You're doing fine." I think we're going to see more modern, like for example, they show on their YouTube channel or their Twitter or X handle, little short videos. So, for example, on trooping, they showed the little short video of behind the scenes, that kind of thing. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think that's what William is really working on now, is changing some of the PR around. But he's kind of, I'm not going to say, yeah, he's kind of being stubborn about it. He may want things his own way, and he may be advised, not to do them that way or whatnot. But yeah, I think that's what William's working on, is he's going to become more proactive on social media once he saw what it did to Catherine. All right. Maybe he knows some information on social media about who's running some of those sugar accounts, and he hasn't supplied that information yet. All right, you know what? I forgot Camilla. I forgot Camilla, Queen Camilla. All right, let's do a quick one for Queen Camilla, and then we'll do Catherine. All right, Planetary 7 card. Planetary 7 card. What's going on with Camilla here? What's going on with Camilla? What's going on with Camilla? Cards are ready. 4 of Pentacles on her moon. The Tower on her Mercury. Knight of Swords on her Venus. Ace of Cups on the Sun. The Hierophant on the Tower. Knight of Pentacles on the Wheel of Fortune. And the Magician on the World, underlying 7 of Cups. She's got lots of choices to be made. I actually, just looking at these right now, I don't think Camilla's having a great time right now. She's keeping some information very, very close to her chest, her emotions and intuition. She's keeping her emotions locked in, as Cancerians can do. They go within that hard shell. Because the next card here, intellect and communication, we have the Tower. We have Mars on her Mercury. So she is, and with the Knight of Swords here, she may be feeling like she's verbally attacked somehow. Or like, I'm thinking this is kind of behind the scenes because it's been kept really quiet. I think there's somebody who's verbally attacking her, and this could be her taking personally what Harry is saying. Because on the Empress, the Knight of Swords, romance and partnerships. Now, I did that reading over a year ago, I think it is now, saying that Camilla said to Charles, it's Harry or me. And he obviously chose his wife. Now we've got Harry trying to come back. And I think we've got some conflict here between Charles and Camilla with what's going on. And I think words have been said. And I think somebody's emotionally hurt by it and is keeping it to themselves. I think... I don't think everything's doing that grand. But here we have the Sun card, the central aspect, and it's the Ace of Cups. So it will be smoothed over. Definitely will be smoothed over. There'll be a peace offering to her. I don't think she has to make the peace offering. I think a peace offering will come to her and try and smooth this over. But there's definitely some kind of argument going on here. Now, interesting, on her Mars, conflict and aggression, is the Hierophant, which is the firm, which is the palace. I don't think it's the royal family, it's the palace. So it's something to do with the palace. And the reason also I'm bringing up Harry is he's right here. He showed up in the reading. So she might be arguing with the palace things like, I don't want him on the property. I don't want him coming to the home. Et cetera, et cetera. I want him to, don't give those messages to Charles from him. Charles doesn't need to be upset, that kind of thing. I think there's some kind of conflict going on. And I think it's really upsetting her. And I think she's standing up more for herself, even though she's gone into this emotional shell. She may be then looking at this as more, not from an emotional point of view. She might be telling the palace, you keep him away, because the Wheel of Fortune here, Jupiter, luck, and money, is Harry, is the Knight of Pentacles. So, for her to, I don't want to say capitulate. I think for her, she's going to have to back down from her ultimatum. And then that's how that offer comes in. And I think then she'll back down, because work and burdens is actually communication, intellect and communication. So her burden right now is communication. This speaks exactly matching Charles. Charles is in communication with Harry. Camilla's going to just have to live with it. There's something she's maybe talking with the palace and saying, don't send these, because as we understand it, Charles doesn't have a phone, a mobile phone. So she might be saying, if we hear something from Harry, please don't give it to him. We don't need to upset him. And it almost looks like the palace says, well, ma'am, that's my boss. That's the information I have to get from my boss, kind of thing. So there's some disagreement there. And so the burden right now is communication. She may be being kept out of the communication. Maybe Charles doesn't want to upset her, so he's not telling her what's going on, but she senses it, and this is where a little bit of the argument is going in. But it looks like the central point of this on her son is an offer, a peace offering, an offering of love, a peace offering. So some kind of compromise is going to be coming her way. Even though I can see she's really upset by this, and the burden is the communication. I think it's the communication with the king right now. And I think, as a wife, and you don't want to see your husband upset, I can see her point of view. But if the communication is going well and it's not upsetting him, then I guess all is well. So let's do Catherine now. Catherine, Planetary. I think this is a really cool layout, actually. Really oh, geez, I forgot this one. Wouldn't that be something if it showed up there as well? So Harry's a big problem for Catherine as well. We'll see. Let's see. I don't want to put it into the cards. Let's clear them a little bit. Catherine, Planetary layout, please. Catherine, Planetary layout. Catherine, Planetary layout. Catherine, Planetary layout. Catherine, Planetary layout. Cards are ready. All right. Temperance. Nice. Wheel of Fortune on the Magician. Wow, look at major arcanas. The Empress on Seven of Pentacles on the Empress. Oh, the Sun. 10 of Pentacles. King of Wands on the Tower. The Hierophant on the Wheel of Fortune. And the 7 of Wands on the World. Underline, the 10 of Cups. Happy family. Happy family. And I did that reading, that summertime reading for them. And they will be having a great, great summer. All right. So on the Moon, she has temperance, emotions, and intuition. She's very, very balanced right now. She's very at peace right now. Just things are really going well for her. Very, very well. Emotions are, I'm almost feeling like a calming, right? From being upset about all the horrible things that happened to her, being upset about her illness. And now I'm just getting this sense of, and plus she's on holidays. I think she's really in a really, really good place with that temperance on her Moon card. Now, on her intellect and communication is Wheel of Fortune. And so things have turned around for her. Look at the beautiful photos she's put out since that Photoshop debacle. And since then, the Wheel of Fortune has really done well for her communication. Look at her at Wimbledon; she was in a great place. She showed herself smiling and laughing, and so I think the Wheel of Fortune is on her. She's creating this with the Magician, with the Mercury. She's really is feeling like she's in a really good place, and she's taking some of the lessons that she learned from when things weren't good, and she's studying them to make sure that they don't happen again. All right, on Venus, romance and partnerships, she has the Seven of Pentacles, and I actually really like this for her. So this is actually confirming to me that they have invested into their marriage, into their romance, and also into the children. This is the Empress here. And I think they now have 7 years of good luck. So they're making this investment in their marriage, and eventually this is all going to pay off for them quite well. And I'm really happy to see that. So that'd be 7 years of good luck in the romance department and partnerships department. Their investments are going to be paid off. So here we have the central aspect is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is telling me she's coming back into the family fold, the intergenerational. I think her and Charles are in a really good place with their health. I think, the other family members are coming on board. The children get to see their grandparents, etc., etc., and also money. And I saw that, their fortunes did rise in this past year. For their income and whatnot. The official numbers were out and they were up. And I kept reading that money was coming their way. And now I see why those cards were saying that, because money did come their way. So she's flush with love, with peace. Things are starting to go her way. And also now the family, maybe now this is the summertime. I think she's gonna have a great time in with all the different family members there up at Balmoral. I think they're gonna all have a great time together. Now on her Mars, interestingly enough, is William on her conflict and aggression on William. And what I'm wondering here is, I'm thinking that because William had so much love for her love is coming. I'm wondering if William is telling her to slow down, to take things easy, to pace yourself. There's no hurry. There's going to be next year. I want to do a reading on Catherine if she's going to do her Christmas special. And I'm thinking here that William is trying to be William in charge kind of thing. And, almost putting a damp rag on what she wants to do, because I can see with this Wheel of Fortune on her Mercury, she really wants to get going. She really wants to jump back in both feet. And I can see William here saying, no, you realize what you've just been through. And so there could be a little bit of conflict there, with him putting his foot down and saying, no, I just want you to relax. We've got lots and lots of time. Right? Okay, so her Wheel of Fortune, her luck and money, her Jupiter, the Hierophant. Well, of course, is the royal family. So we've got the actual family here, and the palace are both right now firing on all cylinders for her. The palace is in total agreement with when she comes back. She's in communication with the palace. She knows they are more than willing to wait for her to come back to work. And I think that's why William is here in the middle. He's like, okay, whoa, 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 whoa. There's no rush. There's no rush. And actually, look at that. He has his back to the palace, to the firm. He's saying, I'll tell you when she's coming back. He's really in control here, because this is the Aries card and this is the Mars card. And so that can be a really strong leader. And I think that's what's happening here. All right, Saturn, work and burdens. And again, here she is. She's taking the high road. She's defending herself. And I think she really wants to get back into it. I think she's like, I'm good, I'm okay. I want to do this and I want to do that. There might be 6 things here that she wants to jump on right away. And I think we've got William going, no, no, absolutely not. So there might be a little bit of a conflict there, but otherwise she's a really great place. Things are really coming along, and I'm wondering here with this Wheel of Fortune on her Mercury if she's just going to be kind of working at home, doing a lot of stuff on the laptop, maybe not physical so much, but she's defending her actions. She's going to have to do something. I can't just sit here and be bored. I have to do something. So she's defending her actions and saying, I need to do something. So I think though we have William here going, I'll tell you when you're doing something. And this also could be her doctor as well. The King of Wands can also be your doctor, whereas the King of Swords is your surgeon. This could also just be her doctor, or her basic um, GP almost, or the doctor who's coordinating everything could also be telling her she's not quite ready, yet she wants to get right back to work. All right, well, that's it for the 4 seniors. I'm gonna start another video so this doesn't get too long with a few more, including Mary and Hagen. Thank you very much for watching. I sure appreciate you. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.